Hi friends. Today's video is gonna be 10 facts every woman should know.
Mom, stop it.
And it's something that I came across on Facebook that I really liked, and I wanted to kind of share it with you guys all, and kind of maybe go into a little bit of how I feel about each fact, and what you guys should think about it, and we'll see. So 10 facts every woman should know. Number 1, everyone has rolls when they bend over. This is something that I feel super self-conscious with, and it's not even about bending over. It's more like when I sit down, I am so aware about my stomach rolls, and everybody has them. Even when you work your stomach out as much as you can. I remember when I had a flat stomach, I mean, when you sit down, you can't help it. Even if it's a tiny little roll, they're going to be there. So I try not to beat myself up that much about it. I mean, there's nothing really I can do. And you just got to ignore it. So for anybody out there that is really bummed about your rolls, it's natural and you should love them. You should love every part of you. 2, when someone tells you that you're beautiful, believe them. They aren't lying. People don't just come out and tell you 24/7 that you're beautiful. I don't get that told to me like all the time. So when somebody actually says it to you, and it's been a while since you heard it, believe them, because they don't have to say it. They say it because they really think you're beautiful. So don't think for 1 second that they're lying and they're just saying it to make you feel better. They really truly think you are. And it's maybe not just the way you look on the outside. Maybe they see how beautiful you are really in the inside. So believe them, okay? Don't think they're just trying to be nice. It's true when they say it. Number 3, sometimes we all wake up with breath that could kill a goat. I don't really have a problem with this one. Everybody has morning breath. When my daughter has slept in the bed with me, both my daughters suck their thumbs. So, even kids have bad breath. We all have bad breath in the morning. We've been sleeping that whole time, and you just got to make sure you brush your teeth in the morning. That's all. But don't feel bad about having morning breath. Number 4, for every woman unhappy with her stretch marks is another woman who wishes she had them. Whether you have a child or not, I had stretch marks before I even had kids. I've seen people that are skinny that have stretch marks, just because the skin is constantly like changing and stretching, and it's normal. It's going to happen. Whether you had kids, whether you didn't, whether you're skinny, whether you're fat, it doesn't matter. You're going to have stretch marks in certain areas of your body. So don't beat yourself up for that. I wish I didn't have stretch marks on my stomach, but I also have had 3 kids, so it kind of comes with the territory. I know there's things out there. I was using Biotone for the longest, but I wasn't using it consistently, and I kind of just, it's not that I gave it up, there's certain things that I would like to have in my routine, and it just happens where, you don't have certain like time in the morning, or you forget and you just kind of stop doing it. But don't feel bad about your stretch marks. They make you who you are, and they're part of your story. So, wear them with confidence. Not saying you have to show them off, but don't feel bad because you have them. Number 5, you should definitely have more confidence, and if you saw yourself the way others see you, you would. I've always wondered about that. Like, we are our own worst critics. And I mean, I can be super critical about myself, like especially in my mind or in my head, the way I think about myself. And I'm sure people feel that way about themselves, and I don't see them like that. Like, they're just, I see into their soul, and I see how beautiful they can really be. So yeah, just try to have more confidence. I think I have way more confidence now than I ever did, like especially in middle school. I wish I had the confidence back then. I definitely probably wouldn't have been as bullied as I was, but I'm glad that I've been able to grow and build up my confidence. My 12-year-old son, I think I've seen him get better with having confidence in himself. He still lacks it sometimes, but he definitely did not have that a few years back. And he went to therapy. His therapist helped him build it, and it's a pretty good thing to have. And there's a difference between being confident and cocky, but you should definitely have that confidence in yourself, especially when other people see it. Number 6, don't look for a man to save you. Be able to save yourself. Don't rely on a man for anything. Let's just... I have not had the best luck with men. I tend to be very naive and look for the best in them, and then I get let down a lot, and it just, it sucks, but you need to save yourself. You shouldn't rely on a man to do anything, not even to make you happy. You should be happy within yourself. And the only way a relationship honestly works is if you love yourself first, you make yourself happy, you save yourself. That shouldn't be anyone else's job. That should be within you to do. And you know, it's like when people say that their partner completes them. You should be complete within yourself. You shouldn't need someone else to complete you. You know, I heard the other day someone said, no one's gonna love me like I love myself, and it's true. So save yourself. Don't rely on that person to do it, whether it be a man or a parent or a child. Do that within yourself. Number 7, it's okay to not love every part of your body, but you should. There's things that I probably would, I wouldn't say change, but I would want different. I don't know. Like things that I could change in the future. Like right now I'm exercising, and it's not, I gave up, you know, I don't want to do it because of the weight issue anymore. I just want to be able to tone my body up and make that fat into muscle. And I do it because it makes me feel good. And especially when you have it down pat where you're constantly working your body out, it's just, it feels good. I know when I've been sick and I've had to take time off, it sucks having to go back because you had like this schedule that you followed and your body got used to it, and then you took some time off and now it's like, ugh, you feel sluggish to have to do it again. But once you build that endurance, it feels amazing. You feel like you have more energy, and it feels great while doing it. So there's definitely parts of me that I wouldn't say that I don't love, because we're all unique and we all have our, it's good that we all look the same. But I don't know, there's things that I want to work on, that not that I really want to change, but I want to work on when it comes to my body. So yeah, learn to love those parts of you.
Mom, I found yours.
Oh, thank you, baby.
Okay.
She gave me a little bow, which I usually put in her hair. I never can find hair stuff of theirs because they lose them. Anyways, number 8, we all have that one friend who seems to have it all together. That woman with a seemingly perfect life, while you might be that woman to someone else. I do have people that portray, and you know what, it might be true. They might have, I wouldn't say a perfect life, but they seem like they have the perfect life because it's all positivity, which is good. It's good to be positive. But then behind closed doors, it's a whole different story. And it's sad that some people's lives are like that. I'm not sure if anyone thinks my life is perfect. It definitely is not. I can be vocal about what's going on with my life. Like when I was going through the whole custody issue with my son, I was very detailed, not very detailed, but I pretty much spoke my truth when I was going through it. So if anybody thinks that my life is perfect or that I have my life put together, they're very far from the truth, because that's not it at all. I'm going through a lot of emotions lately. And if someone sees me like that, that's awesome. But I'm just letting you know my life is not that put together. I wish it were. I think when it comes to my career, it's pretty put together. I think that's the only part of my life that I feel like it's organized and not as chaotic as the rest of my life. And, you know, I don't know if anybody thinks that of me, because like I said, I don't go into full detail about, like, especially what I'm going through right now. God bless you. But, you know, I did put out there when I was going through my custody battle for my son. It was a huge, huge deal for me at that time. It was devastating at that time. I still have issues with it now that everything's finalized. I still wish I had my son as much as I used to. But as it, you know, every day that goes by, I kind of get used to it. I'm just happy that I'm not in court anymore. I mean, that was like once or twice a month that I had to be in court for 5 years. It was very draining and very emotional. It was like a huge roller coaster that I was constantly on. And it's just, I'm happy that that part is just finished. I miss my son terribly all the time. Just because I'm so used to I was so used to having him, and now it's like, especially when I hear that he's not even with his dad, that's a huge part that really makes me angry, because he could be with me. If he's not with him, he should be with me. But, you know, what can you do? So yeah, if anyone thinks that I have my life put together, thank you. I wish it were so, but it really isn't. And yeah. Number 9, you should be a priority. Always. Always a priority. Not an option or last resort or a backup plan. A couple of months ago, my daughter's father, you know, I plain out asked him if he wanted to be with me, yes or no. And he said, right now, no. So, and this was through a text. So I ran down the stairs and I was like, what do you mean right now? No. Right now you don't want to, but in the future you might want to? I am not an option, like I just said. Or right now you don't want to be with me, but if it doesn't work out with somebody else, you might want to be with me. I'm not a last resort. And like I said, I'm not going to wait around till you see if you can find someone that you might have a better relationship with, and if it doesn't work out, I'm the backup plan. That's not, I have never been a priority, I feel like, for him. So I finally got a wake-up call. Not when he said that. It took maybe a month and a half after he said that for me to finally freaking wake up and be like, I'm not doing this. I've been doing it. It'll be 9 years that I've been doing this with him, and I've never felt a sense of freedom like I did when I finally woke up. I was like, you know, he had a tendency before we married to break up with me. He broke up with me like 3 times, and then he'd want to get back together, and I took him back every time. And every time I did take him back, I felt something for him. You know, there was still something there, and that's why I continued taking him back. Don't get me wrong, I still care about him. He's always going to be my daughter's father. But now, as much as I care for him, it's not, I think my therapist said, you're not in love with him anymore. And I guess that has to be it, because I have never felt such a sense of freedom and empowerment. It's not that I don't care, I just don't feel that way anymore. And it was a huge wake-up call. One day I just was like, do I want this to be the rest of my life, where he tells me right now I don't want to be with you, but maybe later on? That's no, I'm not going to be an option for you. I should be the priority. So on that day, I made myself a priority. If he doesn't want to make me a priority, that's fine, but I made myself a priority. And I prioritized that I was not going to deal with that anymore. So to all you women out there, you should never be second choice to a man. Make sure that they make you the priority. And number 10, you're a woman, and that alone makes you pretty damn remarkable. It does. I'm not saying that men are not remarkable. There's men out there that are amazing men. But us women, I mean, the fact that we can grow a child inside of us and then we push that child out after 9 months. I did it 3 times. Like, that's crazy. There's people out there that do it 9 times. That's awesome if that's the way you want to do it. But I've noticed as a massage therapist, there are men out there that have a pretty high tolerance for pain. But the majority that I've worked on, women have a higher tolerance. And that's just me experiencing that when I'm massaging them. And it makes sense. I mean, we have kids. Whether we have an epidural or not, let me tell you, before I even got the epidural each time, the contractions, I don't even know how to explain birth contractions. So I felt that. I might not have felt it to the extent of how women felt it back in our history, like a long time ago, but it's a super painful experience. The epidural is not fun to get either, because it can be kind of painful, especially my last one that I had. It was super painful. It's craziness, because I can guarantee either if it were up to men to have the babies, they either wouldn't have them or they'd have one. That's it. And I remember after I had my daughter Olivia, I looked at her father and I was like, I'm not having any more. Like, this is it. It was just, when I pushed her out, it was just super painful. And I had the epidural and I could still feel some of it. And it was just so painful to go through. And then I ended up having my third, my Aria. And each time you have a child, it goes a little bit faster than the last. But it's not easy. And it is remarkable to be a woman, but it's not easy. We're very emotional creatures. And I wouldn't change that for the world, because we really do wear our heart on our sleeve. And we really hope for the best. But yeah, be proud to be a woman. You always hear men, oh, I'm so glad to be a man. Be proud to be a woman. It's amazing. So for anyone out there that gets down on themselves for the way you look or how you feel or what you're going through in any type of relationship, be proud to be a woman. Make yourself a priority. Save yourself. And love yourself. So for anybody out there, if you think that they could benefit from watching this video, please share it with them. Subscribe to my channel. I hope you guys love this video. This was a fun one to do. I really liked it. And yeah, I hope you guys take care. Have a great rest of your day. Love ya.